It feels like just yesterday I could eat whatever I wanted and stay the same weight, but as soon as I hit 35, the mirror became my worst enemy. Those jeans I used to love, they don't even get past my thighs anymore. And the worst part isn't even the number on the scale. It's the constant fatigue and that feeling like your metabolism just went on vacation and never came back. If you feel like you don't recognize yourself when you look in the mirror anymore, I made this video to show you that the problem isn't you, it's just a new phase your body is going through.
Your diet is working against you, not because you're eating too much, not because you lack willpower, not because you're choosing the wrong foods, but because after menopause, your metabolism speaks a completely different language. And all those diet rules you've been following, they're written in the wrong one. Today, I'm going to show you a common spice, something you probably already have sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now, that does more for your metabolism than weeks of fasting ever could. I know that sounds impossible. I know you've probably tried everything. I know you're skeptical because you've been let down before. But by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why fasting might be the worst thing you can do for your menopausal metabolism, and what actually works instead. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to share 7 specific strategies that can transform your metabolism, and the last one is the breakthrough that finally worked for me after 20 years of giving the wrong advice. Let me tell you why I'm qualified to say this. I was a nutritionist for 20 years. 20 years of telling women to eat less, move more, try intermittent fasting. I believed it with every fiber of my being. I taught it to thousands of patients. I wrote articles about it. I built my entire career and reputation on these principles. Then I turned 51. And everything I believed stopped working. On me. I was eating 1,200 calories a day. I tracked every single bite in my food journal. I was doing 16/8 intermittent fasting religiously, sometimes even pushing to 18/6 when I wanted faster results. I was walking 10,000 steps daily without fail. I was doing everything right according to everything I had learned and taught. And I gained 22 pounds in 18 months. 22 pounds. As a nutritionist. The irony was crushing. My own patients started questioning me. One woman actually said to me, "How can you help me lose weight when you clearly can't help yourself?" I wanted to disappear into the floor. I felt like a fraud. Because in that moment, I was one. I went home that night and cried for 2 hours straight. I questioned everything I had built my life around. Then I got angry. Really angry. And then I did something terrifying. I threw out everything I knew and started completely over. I went back to the research, not diet books written by people trying to sell programs, not influencer advice from 25-year-olds who've never experienced what we're going through. Actual peer-reviewed scientific studies specifically on menopause and metabolism. What I found made me angry at first. Then it made me sad for all the women I had unknowingly misled. And then it set me free. And now I need to share it with you because you deserve to know the truth. Here's what nobody tells you about fasting after menopause. When you fast, your body doesn't know you're doing it on purpose. It doesn't know there's food in the refrigerator. It doesn't understand that this is a health choice you're making intentionally. All it knows is that calories aren't coming in. And when calories don't come, your body thinks it's in danger. It thinks there's a famine happening. So it activates survival mechanisms that have been programmed into our DNA for millions of years of human evolution. The first thing that happens is cortisol rises. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone. It's supposed to help you survive emergencies. It gives you energy to run from predators. It keeps you alert when you need to find food. The problem is, after menopause, your cortisol response is already heightened. Without estrogen to buffer it and keep it in check, your stress system runs hot all the time. Many of us walk around in a constant state of low-grade stress without even realizing it. Add fasting on top of that already elevated baseline, and you're pouring gasoline on a fire that's already burning. When cortisol stays elevated for extended periods, 3 devastating things happen to your metabolism. First, your thyroid slows down dramatically. Cortisol directly suppresses T3, which is the active thyroid hormone that controls how fast you burn calories. Think of T3 as the gas pedal of your metabolism. When T3 drops, everything slows down to a crawl. This is why women who fast often feel cold all the time. They're tired even after sleeping 8 hours. They feel sluggish and mentally foggy. Their hair starts thinning and falling out. Their skin gets dry and dull. Their nails become brittle. These aren't random symptoms of aging. They're signs of thyroid suppression caused by chronic stress from fasting. Second, your insulin response gets worse, not better. I know this sounds completely backwards. Fasting is supposed to improve insulin sensitivity. That's what all the research shows, right? Yes, but here's what they don't tell you. That research was primarily done on men, or on younger women with normal hormonal function. When you look specifically at postmenopausal women, the picture changes dramatically. In our bodies, chronic fasting actually increases insulin resistance over time. Your cells become even less responsive to insulin signals, which means more glucose floating around in your bloodstream gets stored as fat. And guess where it gets stored? Right around your belly. Third, and this is the cruelest irony, cortisol specifically targets belly fat for storage. It literally directs your body to store fat around your midsection. There's a reason it's sometimes called the stress belly hormone. So the more you stress your body with fasting, the more fat accumulates around your waist. You're doing the hardest thing imaginable, starving yourself, enduring hunger, using all your willpower, and getting the exact opposite result of what you want. This is why so many women fast religiously and watch their belly get bigger month after month. They think they must be doing something wrong. They must not be trying hard enough. But they're not failing. They're not weak. The strategy itself is failing them because it was never designed for their biology. When I discovered this research, I felt betrayed. Betrayed by my education. Betrayed by the diet industry. Betrayed by a medical system that had me giving advice for 2 decades that was actively harming menopausal women, including myself. But here's where things get interesting. And here's where that common kitchen spice comes in. While I was digging through the research late one night, I found a study from a university in Tehran. They were looking at women with metabolic syndrome, many of whom were postmenopausal. They divided them into groups and gave some of them a common spice, something you can buy at any grocery store, and measured what happened to their metabolism over 12 weeks. The results were remarkable. This spice reduced fasting blood sugar by an average of 24%. It lowered insulin resistance significantly. It reduced inflammatory markers associated with weight gain. It improved cholesterol profiles. And it did all of this without any fasting, without any caloric restriction, without any suffering or deprivation. The women in the study weren't hungry. They weren't suffering through endless hours without food. They were just adding a spice to their daily routine. The spice was cinnamon. Now, before you run to your pantry and start dumping cinnamon on everything, let me explain why this isn't as simple as it sounds. Not the cheap cinnamon you sprinkle on toast. Not the cassia cinnamon that sits in most American spice racks, the kind you get in those little jars at the grocery store. True Ceylon cinnamon, at therapeutic doses, has the power to fundamentally change how your body processes glucose. Ceylon cinnamon works by mimicking insulin's effects on your cells. It helps glucose enter your cells for energy instead of floating around in your bloodstream and eventually being stored as fat. It's like giving your cells a spare key when they've forgotten how to use the main one. But here's the obstacle most women face when they try to use cinnamon therapeutically. You can't just shake some cinnamon on your oatmeal and expect miracles. The studies that showed impressive results used concentrated extracts at specific therapeutic doses. Getting that amount from regular cinnamon would mean eating multiple tablespoons daily. And that's actually dangerous. Most commercial cinnamon contains high levels of a compound called coumarin, which can damage your liver in large amounts. The very thing that could help your metabolism could seriously hurt your liver if you do it wrong. That's exactly why many women in our community have discovered a concentrated metabolic formula that combines therapeutic doses of thermogenic spice compounds in safe, effective ratios. It includes cinnamon extract without the harmful coumarin, along with ginger sourced from the Himalayas, Seville orange peel for thermogenic activation, and berberine, a compound from traditional Asian medicine that's been shown in studies to work, as well as some prescription diabetes medications for blood sugar control. What makes this different from buying random supplements at the health food store is that it's designed to work synergistically. The compounds enhance each other's absorption and effectiveness, and it doesn't require fasting or restriction. It works with your body instead of against it. I'll leave a link in the pinned comment if you want to learn more about how it works. But regardless of what you decide about that, let me show you exactly what else you can do starting today. These are the 7 strategies that transformed my metabolism after I finally stopped fasting. Strategy number 1. Stop skipping breakfast. I know this goes against everything the fasting gurus preach. They make it sound so scientific. But for menopausal women, breakfast is metabolically critical. When you wake up, your cortisol is naturally at its highest point of the day. That's by design. Cortisol is what wakes you up in the morning. It's supposed to peak shortly after waking and then gradually decline throughout the day. But if you skip breakfast and extend your fast into the morning hours, cortisol stays elevated. Your body thinks food is scarce. It stays in stress mode, waiting for the famine to end. Your thyroid stays suppressed. Your metabolism stays slow. Eating breakfast, especially a protein-rich breakfast, sends a powerful signal to your body that food is available, that there is no famine, that it's safe to burn calories. Cortisol can finally drop. Your thyroid can function normally. Your metabolism can wake up. I recommend eating within 90 minutes of waking. Don't wait until you're starving. Make absolutely sure you get at least 25 grams of protein at that first meal. Eggs are perfect for this. Greek yogurt with nuts and seeds, a protein smoothie with collagen powder, cottage cheese with fruit, whatever works for your lifestyle. The key is getting substantial protein early. When I stopped fasting and started eating a real breakfast again, I felt like a completely different person within 1 week. More energy throughout the morning, better mood, clearer thinking. And finally, the scale started moving in the right direction. Strategy number 2. Add cinnamon strategically. While you might not get therapeutic doses from food alone, you can still benefit significantly from adding Ceylon cinnamon to your daily routine. The key is finding true Ceylon cinnamon. It's sometimes labeled as true cinnamon or Sri Lankan cinnamon at specialty stores. It's lighter in color than regular cassia cinnamon, more tan than reddish brown, and it has a more subtle, more delicate flavor. Add half a teaspoon to your morning coffee before you brew it. Blend it into your smoothies. Sprinkle it on sweet potatoes or butternut squash. Mix it into your oatmeal. Add it to your baking. Every bit helps with glucose control throughout the day. I started doing this religiously and noticed my afternoon energy crashes disappeared within 2 weeks. My blood sugar was more stable. I wasn't getting those desperate sugar cravings at 3 p.m. anymore. Strategy number 3. Embrace anti-inflammatory eating. One thing fasting does accomplish is reducing inflammation. But here's the crucial thing nobody tells you. You don't need to fast to get that benefit. You can eat anti-inflammatory foods instead and get the same inflammation-reducing result without the metabolic damage. Turmeric is incredible for this. It contains curcumin, one of the most studied anti-inflammatory compounds in the world. Ginger is another powerhouse. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. Leafy greens like spinach and kale. All kinds of berries. Extra virgin olive oil. Walnuts. These foods naturally reduce inflammation without stressing your body. Chronic inflammation is a huge driver of insulin resistance and weight gain after menopause. It's like having a fire burning inside you that makes everything harder. Your body is so busy fighting that fire that it can't focus on normal metabolic function. By eating anti-inflammatory foods at every single meal, you're putting out that fire. You're creating an internal environment where your metabolism can actually work properly. I try to include at least one anti-inflammatory powerhouse food at every meal now. It's become second nature. Strategy number 4. Stop eating by 7 p.m., but don't call it fasting. There's an important difference between giving your digestive system a reasonable break and stressing your body with prolonged food restriction. A 12 to 13-hour overnight fast, say from 7 p.m. to 7 or 8 a.m., gives your body time to fully digest your last meal, do essential repair work while you sleep, and reset for the next day. This is natural. This is how humans ate for thousands of years before electric lights made midnight snacking possible. But stretching that window to 16, 18, or 20 hours is where things go wrong for menopausal women. That's when the stress response kicks in. That's when cortisol rises and stays elevated for hours. Stop eating by 7 p.m. Eat breakfast by 7 or 8 a.m. That gives you 12 to 13 hours of overnight fasting. That's all you need. Don't go longer thinking more is better. For us, more is actively harmful. Strategy number 5. Prioritize sleep over exercise. If you're sleeping poorly and still pushing yourself to exercise intensely, I need you to hear this clearly. You are making things significantly worse, not better. Sleep deprivation raises cortisol more than almost anything else. One single night of poor sleep can raise cortisol levels by 50% the next day, and that effect compounds night after night. Exercise, while absolutely beneficial in moderation, adds another cortisol spike. If your cortisol is already elevated from poor sleep, adding intense exercise creates metabolic disaster. Poor sleep plus hard exercise equals weight gain for menopausal women. I've seen this pattern hundreds of times. If you're consistently getting less than 7 hours, focus all your energy on fixing that before you worry about your workout routine. Sleep is when your body repairs tissues, balances hormones, and resets your entire system. Without adequate quality sleep, nothing else you do will work properly. When I finally prioritized getting 8 hours consistently, everything changed. My cravings decreased, my energy increased, my mood stabilized, and my body finally started responding to everything else I was doing. Strategy number 6. Move gently and consistently. The best exercise for menopausal metabolism isn't intense cardio that leaves you gasping. It isn't grueling HIIT sessions. It isn't pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's walking at a comfortable pace. It's gentle yoga. It's swimming laps leisurely. It's light strength training with moderate weights. These gentler activities improve insulin sensitivity and help maintain muscle mass without spiking cortisol. You can do them every single day without burning out your stress response. They support your metabolism instead of fighting against it. Aim for 30 to 45 minutes of gentle movement daily, a morning walk, an evening yoga session, a swim. Whatever movement you genuinely enjoy and will actually do consistently. Consistency matters infinitely more than intensity at this stage of life. A 30-minute daily walk will do far more for your metabolism over time than occasional intense workouts that leave you exhausted. Strategy number 7. Add ginger to your daily routine. Ginger is another kitchen spice with remarkable metabolic effects that most people completely overlook. Multiple studies show ginger can reduce fasting blood sugar levels, improve insulin sensitivity significantly, and even increase thermogenesis, meaning it helps your body burn more calories as heat. It's also powerfully anti-inflammatory and helps with digestion, which tends to slow down after menopause. Fresh ginger is the most potent form. Grate it into hot water for a warming tea. Add it to stir-fries, soups, and curries. Blend it into your morning smoothie. Even pickled ginger provides real benefits. I have fresh ginger tea every afternoon now. It's become one of my favorite daily rituals. It warms me up, helps digestion, and supports my metabolism with every sip. Now I want to share something important about realistic expectations. I've seen hundreds of women implement these strategies. Most of them see significant improvement. Their energy returns, their sleep improves, their mood stabilizes, their weight finally starts moving in the right direction. But some women, especially those who've been fasting or severely restricting for years, have a harder time at first. Their metabolism has become so resistant, so deeply convinced that famine is around the corner, that it takes longer to wake up and trust that things have changed. For these women, diet and lifestyle changes absolutely work, but might take 3 to 6 months to show significant results on the scale. The body needs time to trust that food is coming reliably now, that the famine is over. That's why I mentioned the concentrated metabolic formula with cinnamon, ginger, and other thermogenic compounds. For women with severe metabolic resistance built up over years, it can help bridge the gap while their body is healing. Many women use it alongside these lifestyle strategies while their metabolism is recovering. It provides therapeutic doses that food alone can't deliver. It's not a replacement for eating well and living well, but it can meaningfully accelerate the process for those who need that extra support. If you're curious, I'll leave a link in the pinned comment. It's definitely not for everyone. But for those who've struggled for years despite doing everything right, it might be worth exploring. Here's what I most want you to remember from this video. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You do not lack willpower. You were never the problem. Your metabolism is not ruined forever. It's not too late for you. The damage is not permanent. The strategies that worked in your 30s simply don't apply anymore. Your body has fundamentally changed. The rules have changed. But that doesn't mean nothing works. It just means you need different strategies designed for who you are now. Your kitchen holds more metabolic power than you realize. Simple, humble spices like cinnamon and ginger can do things that extreme diets and punishing fasts never could. By working with your body instead of against it, by nourishing instead of starving, by resting instead of constantly pushing, you can finally find the balance that's been eluding you. I spent 20 years as a nutritionist giving the wrong advice to women going through exactly what I'm going through now. It took my own menopausal crisis to finally understand what women over 50 actually need. I'm deeply grateful I know now, and I'm committed to sharing this truth with every woman who needs to hear it. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from and what's been your biggest struggle with diets after menopause. I read every comment and I'll do my best to respond with specific suggestions for your situation. If this video helped you understand something new about your metabolism, please leave a like. It helps the algorithm show this video to more women who are searching for answers. Subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every week with evidence-based strategies specifically for women over 45. In my next video, I'm revealing the 3 morning mistakes that destroy your metabolism before noon. Things almost everyone does without realizing the damage. You won't want to miss it. Until then, throw out those fasting rules. Stop punishing your body for not responding to punishment. Open your spice cabinet instead. Your kitchen holds more healing than hunger ever could. I'll see you in the next video.